Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. And I was waiting for the main event just like you. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but hold tight. So without further ado, this is actually nice. You want some? Let's begin. This is the Bitcoin rainbow chart price indicator. And as you can see here, this is the most up-to-date version of the rainbow chart available online with calculations from October 2023. It overlays rainbow color bands on top of the log growth curve channel to highlight market sentiment at each rainbow color stage as Bitcoin's price moves through it, therefore indicating potential opportunity for the BTC investor using this chart. As you can see here, we're very close to the blue colored band. If we hit 51,000 US dollars, this is going to be a great time to accumulate. In 2017, highlighted here, we hit the red band. In 2021 period, we hit the orange band. And this time during this cycle, we only managed to hit the green band. There is a pattern here, and every time we make increments to the downside. This is the pi cycle indicator, and it's still not flashing red. This means we're still in a bull market, and this is a great time to accumulate. The last time we were at 33, we were around here in 2019, then we bounced. Again, we were around here in 2018, then we made a drawdown. Again, we were at 33 around this area, then we made a bounce. So generally, when we're around these kind of areas, we do see some sort of respite, then we head lower. Here are the key events this week. Number one is OPEC. You don't need to worry about that. Number two is the CPI inflation data, which is coming out tomorrow. If you're watching this, then it's probably coming out tomorrow, Wednesday. Number three is the initial jobless claims data, and it's coming out Thursday. This is very important. August, we have PPI inflation. And number five, we have continuous jobless claims on Thursday. These 4 points are very important for BTC and the wider crypto environment. This is the final week of inflation data before the long anticipated September Fed meeting. Now remember, 25 basis points is already priced in. By the time we get to Wednesday, the 18th of September, it's already priced in. A 25 basis points is already priced in, folks. It's not a shock. It's not a surprise. So don't be surprised if nothing happens on that day. I rarely speak about China, but today it caught my attention. Over 1 million Chinese restaurants close amid economic downturn. Officials have less money to spend, while many people are still getting takeaways delivered at home. As more than 1 million restaurants closed their doors in recent months, dinners in China are ordered takeouts instead, amid skyrocketing numbers of food delivery riders. Amid a flagging economy, glitzy shopping malls, noodle shops and eateries have shut down across the country, according to local media reports. Why is it so hard for China to fix its ailing economy? A real estate collapse has made consumers cautious and businesses wary as consumers confront a crisis unlike any other since it's opened its economy to the rest of the world. And when did China open its economy? 40 years ago. Since 1970s, they haven't seen economy this fragile, this bad. China's economy is so bad that the Chinese real estate stocks look like this. They're making new lower lows. They look like meme coins. They look like shit coins. They even look like, dare I say, altcoins. I'm joking. I'll take that back. But you get the picture. I like this tweet and I kind of agree with this tweet. It does make sense. It states the following. I think the deflationary forces coming out of China will allow the Fed to cut aggressively without as much of a risk of reacceleration in inflation. Here is a chart of China, and China is deflationary. Deflation is actually a good thing. It's actually a good thing. Believe it or not, it's actually a good thing. But because we live in an era of Keynesian economics, which is the polar opposite of Austrian economics, deflation is actually cancerous for the economy. What we want to see in a Keynesian economy is to see continuous inflation. This all leads back to altcoins. The quicker and the faster the Fed cut, the more beneficial it is for your altcoins in the long run. This is a quick recap in the last 10 days. We have number one, Ether Vista, and it's garnered some attention. It's a DEX and it's also similar to Pump.Fun on Ethereum. Vista topped at 40 million US dollars and now it's consolidating. Number two, we have Nero, and Nero is very, very interesting. Honestly, it's very interesting. Basically, there was a 3-part race. The first two was on Solana, and the last one was on Ethereum. It was a 3-part horse race. And guess who won? The one on Solana? No. The one on Ethereum won the race. This is the kicker. Nero dropped 90%. And it dropped 90% after Bybit listed it. Then it pumps another 600% in 2 days because of Binance listing it on its perpetual futures. I bought Nero during the run-up, but I didn't buy during these last 2 days, which is a shame. You win some, you lose some. Number four, we have Aave, and Aave remains to be the best performer in the top 100. Number five, we have Bitcoin addresses with non-zero balances climbing over 50 million in 2024. Number six, we have Bitcoin ETFs, and they've seen their longest string of net outflows. And number seven, we have Friend Tech creators, and they bailed out on the whole platform, everything. They just rugged everyone and just disappeared into the ether. Here is a tweet from a very, very, very upset investor. And it states the following: what bothers me about Friendtech isn't that the project didn't work out. That happens all the time. The problem is that the team can launch a token with zero responsibility towards the buyers of those tokens. Use that token to buy $1 of revenue with $2 of incentives. Cash out, and while your investors are left holding the bag. At least if it was an actual DAO, the revenue will go into a pot controlled by token holders. But launching a token and funneling the revenues into a separate team coffers is double dipping in the worst possible ways. We're not creating good arguments against regulation here. The Friendtech creators walked away with 44 million as the protocol shut down. Yikes. Next up, we have Tether, and Tether invests $100 million in agriculture. Then we have Solana, massive conference called Breakpoint. It's going to happen in about 12 days. So Solana should see a relief rally during this period, but it'll only be short-sighted. Not long after, will we see prices heading down due to the monetary policy and to the larger landscape in general. Last but not least, we have Matic, and Matic has changed its name to POL, P-O-L. Very, very unique marketing strategy. Here is the new ticker for Matic. And Matic changed from Polygon, then changed its name to POL. It's a marketing strategy. Let me show you Matic and the price action of Matic, and you're going to be shocked. So this is the previous price action, and what they want to do is make investors forget about this price action. It's an ingenious way of marketing. They want to show candidates and investors that their ticker is doing very, very well. But the truth of the matter is it's not. It's actually down a massive, from wick all the way to wick, 89%. Do you think this marketing ploy will convince investors? What do you think? Today, we're just going to quickly do a quick roundup because BTC has ultimately been trending sideways for the last 6 months. Okay, I'm going to give you the bad, the good, and the ugly. The good is that we didn't make a lower low. So that's for the permables. So you can have that. Yeah. I know you guys are just bullish no matter what. So I'll give you some of that. Let me show you. Here's the line. So we didn't technically. Let me see if we actually made a lower low. Let me just really zoom in onto the 5-minute candle. And let me give you the actual facts. Let's go on the 1-minute chart. Sorry guys, we actually technically did make another lower low. We did. We actually did. Sorry. Yikes. Sorry about that, guys. We actually made a lower low. We did. So if you really look closely, yeah, we did. So, okay, that's bad news. Okay, we're going to zoom out. We have major resistance at $59,292. Most likely this is the ceiling. We're going to hit this and head back down if we have any more momentum. At the moment, it's just quiet. It's just quiet. And it looks like we need to really find some new lower lows. My issue is this: there's no real demand around here. There's no real demand. All you're just seeing is just sell pressure after sell pressure. So we need to head back lower, find an area of demand, whether it's 51,000 or it's 42,000. Around here, we need to find some actual demand. This is the chart of BTC. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is QT. This is the total assets of the Federal Reserve, which means these are the assets they are selling to balance their sheets. What they're doing right now is called quantitative tightening. Right over here, ladies and gentlemen, we had QE. That's when the printing presses turned on. And what happened to the price of BTC? We had a meteoric rise all the way to 69,000 US dollars. Shortly after, we had QT. I'm not talking about QT, a girl. I'm talking about quantitative tightening, and it's been like this for quite some time. We have a lot of tailwinds, and not only do we have that, we also have interest rates looming upon us. So the big date is on the 18th of September. Maybe, just maybe, is priced in and we're going to head up higher, but probability is that we're heading to the downside. However, this is a trading paradise. I mean, all of these coins, you name it, I'm trading it. It's going sideways, it's going up, lateral, down, push-ups, pull-ups, you name it. I'm in there. Once we get over these tailwinds, we find ourselves in greener pastures. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to find the Goldilocks period. Right now, Ethereum is underperforming at the moment. We're from the local peak from here, which was the ETF news, till here, we're down 45%. Incredible stuff. My next area of support. Now, remember, we need demand to come back. So the demand is not here. So we're going to keep dropping forward. We're going to continue to drop further until we find sufficient demand. Point blank period. That's all it is. Look how the market is just trending sideways. There's no real liquidity here. So the market just keeps on moving sideways. Buyers and sellers have found an equilibrium and there's no real demand. So unfortunately, we need to go lower to find better prices. Listen, if you're looking for a permable to just make you feel good, while your wallets and your coins and the value of your coins keep going lower and lower and lower, and just, hey guys, we're going higher, guys, don't worry, for 3.5 years to tell you the same stuff. Altcoin season's coming, guys. Let's not do this. I'm going to be honest, brutally honest. Sometimes I'm going to be brutally honest, and I'm going to tell you, just sit on your hands, sit on stable coins, sell and go away. Point blank period. I'll be here. I'll be every single week. You're going to see me on that screen 3 times a week. I'm going to be on your screen. So just sit on your hands. Now is not really the best time. We're about to get cuts. Yeah, we're about to get rate cuts. And that's not good in the immediate future. It's only good in the long term, but in the immediate future, it's not good. So just sit on your hands, sit on some stable coins, sell if you have to, sell. There's no problem in taking profits, sell. It's not an issue. Certain individuals, they just want you to hold and watch and watch and watch and watch. I don't care if you're watching. I don't care if I got 1 viewer, 2 viewers, 10 viewers, 100,000 viewers. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I'm going to be dead honest. I'm not going to take you around on this merry-go-round and just keep lying and lying so I can get views to feed my family. I don't need the views. I really don't need the views. So I'm just going to tell you the brutal, honest truth. But them other guys, them other people, they need the views. They do this full time. They need your money. They need the attention. Me, I make money regardless, up or down or sideways. I'm here. So I'm not trying to prey on my audience or whatnot. Anyway, I digressed. Now we have another coin. Let's look at Solana. Solana's pumped. It's doing relatively well at the moment, but there's no real demand. No real demand here. I'm looking for just real demand. Let me give you some alpha. No. I'm going to save that. Let's see who's outperforming lately. We got Optimism. Optimism is slightly doing a bit better. We've had a nice little recovery. Ton is doing slightly better, but it's heading down. It's heading to my next area, which is at $3.83. Like I said, Ton Telegram has been compromised. I don't care what you say, it's been compromised. Point blank, period. So just be very careful what you say in Telegram, because they definitely now, I believe, in my honest opinion, have a backdoor for governments. Band is just oscillating around this area, and currently it's at $1 and it's up 1.77%. And as you can see here, we're just at the bear market channel, and we've been here for a very long time. If you put $10,000 in Band in 2020, as of today, it will still be at $10,000. Incredible. But at least you didn't lose any money. It still held the same value. So at least you didn't lose any money. So that's a good thing. We're going to look down the list. We're going to look through different altcoins. Tau is actually doing relatively well, to be fair. So there's just a lot of chop at the moment. Yesterday we did have a massive bounce. I'm not gonna lie. One thing that was very bullish, and it showed some strength, is that altcoins surprisingly did better than BTC. It really did do a nice bounce. Surprisingly, Mint Layer actually bounced. So this might be an inverted head and shoulders. So we'll see how it plays out. But for the meantime, I'm optimistically cautious. If we go below this point, then of course, check out my previous video, what I said. In general, we're just having a period where we're just cooling down. Generally speaking, we're waiting for the CPI report. So the CPI report is going to come out on the 11th. I think right now markets are just trending sideways, not massive. It's not some massive red candle today. So we're going to find out with the CPI results. Hopefully it's going to be heading downwards. But markets, they have a way of punishing people. It might be deflationary, and that's going to cause a massive problem in the markets. If it's deflationary, then that's going to be even worse for the economy. So we're just going to have to wait and see, and hopefully this is going to be a soft landing. If it's not, then of course where we're heading. My honest opinion, I don't think we're getting a recession. If you look at the tax returns, no economy in the world has a 9% increase in tax. 9% year-over-year increase in tax. And you're telling me we're heading into a recession? Stop. Just stop. I just think it's just fear mongering, and this is healthy. This is actually healthy for an economy to be arguing about whether we're in a recession or not. This is really healthy. Normally what happens is an economy doesn't see it at all. They don't see the warning signs, and that's when we get a recession. When everyone's euphoric, when everyone's elated, that is a time when we normally get a recession. But the more people are squeamish, scared, that's when recessions are highly unlikely. But we're going to see the main event's going to happen soon, so we're going to see. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you on Friday. Peace.